If you have 2 cows and the state takes both and gives you some milk, communism. If you have 2 cows and you give one to your neighbor, socialism. If you have 2 cows and the state takes both and sells you some milk, fascism. If you have 2 cows and the state takes both and shoots you, Nazism. If you have 2 cows and the state takes both, shoots one, milks the other, and then throws the milk away, bureaucratism. If you have 2 cows and you sell one and buy a bull, your herd then multiplies and the economy grows, so you sell them all and retire on the income. Traditional capitalism. If you have 2 giraffes and the government requires you to take harmonica lessons, surrealism. If you have 2 cows and you sell 3 of them to your publicly listed company using letters of credit opened by your brother-in-law at the bank, then execute a debt equity swap with an associated general offer so that you get all 4 cows back with a tax exemption for 5 cows. The milk rights of the 6 cows are transferred via an intermediary to a Cayman Island company secretly owned by the majority shareholder who sells the rights to all 7 cows back to your listed company. The annual report says the company owns 8 cows with an option on 1 more. You sell 1 cow to buy a new president of the United States, leaving you with 9 cows. No balance sheet provided with the release. The public then buys your bull. Venture capitalism. If you have 2 cows and you sell 1 and force the other to produce the milk of 4 cows, then you later hire a consultant to analyze why the cow dropped dead. An American corporation. If you have 2 cows and you go on strike, organize a riot, and block the roads because you want 3 cows, a French corporation. If you have 2 cows and you redesign them so they are 1/10 the size of an ordinary cow and produce 20 times the milk, you then create a clever cow cartoon image called Cowkimon and market it worldwide. A Japanese corporation. If you have 2 cows and you re-engineer them so they live for 100 years, eat once a month, and milk themselves. A German corporation. If you have 2 cows, but you don't know where they are, and you decide to have lunch, an Italian corporation. If you have 2 cows borrowed from French and German banks, and you eat both of them, the banks call to collect their milk, but you cannot deliver, so you call the IMF. The IMF loans you 2 cows and you eat both of them. The banks and the IMF call to collect their cows and milk, but you are out getting a haircut. A Greek corporation. If you have 2 cows and both are mad. A British corporation. If you have 2 cows and one of them is a horse. An Irish corporation. If you have 2 cows and business seems pretty good, so you close the office and go for a few beers to celebrate. An Australian corporation. If you have 2 cows and you have 300 people milking them, you then claim that you have full employment and high bovine productivity and arrest the newsman who reported the real situation. A Chinese corporation. If you have 2 cows and you worship them. An Indian corporation. If everyone thinks you have lots of cows and you tell them that you have none but no one believes you, so they bomb the crap out of you and invade your country. You still have no cows, but at least now you are part of a democracy. An Iraqi corporation. If you have 2 cows and you count them and learn you have 5 cows, so you count them again and learn you have 42 cows. You count them again and learn you have 2 cows. You stop counting cows and open another bottle of vodka. A Russian corporation. If you have 5,000 cows and none of them belong to you, but you charge the owners for storing them. A Swiss corporation. If you have 2 cows and the one on the left looks very attractive. A New Zealand corporation.